So here we are here talking to Barry just briefly before we get into the game, Kooringal-Chelsea, that's just happened. I think we've just got a little bit of memorabilia he wants to show us. What's the first one here? What's the first one here?
That's under 11s, under 12s, best and first, leading goal kick with 35 goals, if you don't mind. The one over there.
One over, just over,
just 12,
here?
Yeah, one over there, under 12, best and first, and leading goal kick with 29.
Yep.
And one over there is under 11. Under 13, to beg your pardon. Runner up and best and first, and leading goal kicker again.
Okay, what's this one? There's a cricket one over here.
Well, I should have showed this a chapter last week, talking about good cricket. That side there were Premiers Richmond Citizens, under 17. I was 12-year-old that year, Colin.
Right.
That 1957. Second runners up in the bowling was the leg spinners.
So they said you were the Shane Warne of the time?
Look at that pair of shorts and runners. They look like my father.
So just point you out here for the viewers.
There I am there. Look at me, little rat.
Little pipsqueak right in the corner there. And you were made
a spinner, I was a spinner.
Fantastic.
Runners up in the bowling averages, if you don't mind.
All right, that's a little
and we
further look at the memorabilia there.
So enough of that. Very cold day today in Chelsea.
Cold day again?
Very cold day.
No, talking about the weather, what was the weather like on Saturday?
The weather was perfect football, but very nippy. That was the perfect day for football. No breeze anywhere.
No breeze.
Yeah.
So we've had some wind which has caused havoc before, but not on Saturday.
No.
Was there any changes?
4 changes, 4 unbelievable changes. I mean, number one, Damon's out. I don't know what...
So the 12-goal star from the week before?
Out. Yeah, out. And he was in hospital for a couple of days with a cyst on the stomach, or cyst from somewhere, but it didn't sound too fresh to me. But I don't know what... I don't think I know what's going on. I hope he's all right. He was in hospital for a couple of days. I don't think he'll be playing next week. You wouldn't think, would you?
Well, I hope so.
Cut it out or whatever they done, but...
Might take
who else was out? We sort of wrote them down here somewhere, didn't I? Right, I'll tell you who come in. There's young Michael Dyer, Nathan James, Robbie Lancaster was out. He got 4 weeks suspension last week.
Right.
4 weeks.
What did you do?
Striking a star. I didn't. Couple weeks he's seen it, but he only got 5, but he got 4 weeks running Lancaster. Michael Dyer, Nathan James, can't think of them now, but I'll...
There's some new players in.
Couple, 2 or 3 young kids, but Nathan James, I'll say something about him later.
I've got Finmore, but he played a few games.
Finmore come in, yeah, that's right. He's played a few games before.
Well, just tell us the first half highlights. It was, I'll tell you the score quarter time. Chelsea 4-1 to Kooringal 3-2, so a nice little jump there.
Chelsea started very well, Con. I thought to myself, this is going to be a bit of an upset. They kicked 4 goals for 3 goals, but Harrison, the player, the big forward, started off pretty well, and Lewis played a very good game all day, but after quarter time, the game's completely changed, man. Lade, Daniel Andrews at number 19, number 21, they got some very good football. They kicked 8 goals in football, and that was just...
Well, I'll give you the second quarter result. 6-5 to Chelsea, with 10 goals for Kooringal. An 8 goal,
Yeah, 8 goals, that's
8 goals.
But it's sort of, well, as I say, the game started to speak for early. I mean, we were playing very well in the first 20 minutes. So I thought, this is going to be alright, but when they just started to get their game in the gear, and of course, number 8, Steve Lade, started he only kicked 1 goal in the first quarter.
Okay.
Rory Gregg, I thought he might have been a little bit out of his...
Who was on him?
Rory Gregg started on him, but the second quarter he started. When he takes a mark on it, he puts his arm, I see him just stretch, it just keeps going. It looks though he's out of whack, getting down for the mark, it just keeps going up.
Yeah.
Then they put on Johnson, I think they put Nathan Johnson last half time, but until half time, the game was sort of, was nearly over then, half time.
Right. Okay, well, the third quarter, 7-8 Chelsea to 18 goals, 7 Kooringal.
Well, I just kept going. I mean, Lade started getting into action, and they've got some really good... They're a very, very good side, Tom. I reckon they're going to give YCW a bit of a fight this time this game. I don't know how they got on.
If they've got their full squad, because it seemed to me that they're a very Brendan Lade orientated team, and there was like even the crowd came, the Kooringal people came in number because of Brendan Lade.
look, take him out the side, Colin. I mean,
And they're an average
Chappell
side.
this is what Chappell said last week. He blamed the injury. I said to myself, look, if Lade and Daniel Andrews wasn't in that side, we would have powered him up.
Exactly.
Lade he got to kick 10. He give it 2 or 3 away.
Yep.
I mean, Damon, he kicked 12 goals to us last week, and he's out the side. It's got to be a big difference.
Final score was 12 goals 10 to Chelsea 82 to 24 goals 7 151. So about a 12 goal win.
The last quarter, Colin, was a very good quarter for Chelsea, probably the best quarter of the day.
Yeah. And the scoreboard at the ground was a little bit substandard because the numbers kept on falling
One
off.
Chelsea score.
They were about a goal behind.
One fell off, yeah.
Yeah, that was a bit average. So
Well,
maybe the scorekeepers need to pick it up a bit.
It wasn't
We'd like to hear them come back, and maybe we'll even have an interview with the scorekeepers if they're willing to sort of come up with some sort of explanation.
Now, the young kids get paid to do that. There must be something like that. They've got to get the carpet down there, put a couple more nails in so they can put the scores up.
All right, well, give us the goal kickers.
I was going to say something about the last quarter here.
Last quarter.
They switched Harrison in the fourth quarter. He kicked 2 goals in the last quarter. Look, but no, the game was over at half time, but at least Chelsea fought out in the last quarter. I was quite happy about that.
Okay, the goal kickers then, Barry.
The goal kickers for Chelsea were McLeod 3, Harrison 2, all the rest of them singles, Warner, Matty Gardner, Toddy Gardner, Rory Green, Nathan James, Jack Gaines and Luke Stokes. I'll tell you something about Luke Stokes' goal there later.
Yep. Now I'll just give you the Karingal goals. Brendan Lade 10, D Noble 5 and Colin Hay 3. I think did he play for Men at Work?
He used to play with Men at Work, yeah.
Well, he got 3. He snuck
Very
over
good
3
footballer
goals.
too.
What about Brendan Lade? Oh, I saw him. He just, like you said, his arms just go up and up, but he was just unstoppable. Who did they have on him?
Well, I had Rory Gregg, which I thought was a nice experiment, but I think he was just overawed, and they put even Johnson. Look, no matter what you put on him, he's just too good. If he wasn't in that, if he's not in that side in the finals, they're going to be in big trouble. They rely on him. He got kicked 10, but he kicked 2 or 3, he gives 2 or 3 away.
So Chris Warner was on him too, wasn't he?
Well, I think he did go on. They might have just popped down there but they had 2 or 3 fellas on him.
His mind didn't seem right, or on the game.
Well, he just had a bad day. I mean, he handballed to one of the other fellas to kick a goal in one stage.
I saw that, and that was a bit...
I mean, he's down on confidence, Colin. He's got to get himself...
We all make mistakes, don't we, Barry? You've made a mistake last year, remember?
I've never handballed the opposition, but he's dropping his marks. He's just out of... But he'll come to it. He's just got to get his confidence back and get him ready for the finals, because he's too good a player not to be going so well. We'll
see how he goes. We hope he improves. Just give us the group of best players then.
Lewis, Harrison, McLeod. These are not in order after this.
Yep.
Stewart, Gay, Shedlock played a fair game.
Yep.
He's starting to back in business, Shedlock. Maggs and Odell.
Here's something for you. I'll just tell you, in the Sporting Pulse, they've got Finmore, the Gardner brothers, James, Odell and Shedlock as the best players.
Say that again?
Finmore, Gardner,
Finmore.
M. Gardner, T. Gardner,
Go on, keep going.
James and Odell and Shedlock are the best players. That's it.
James. Is that Simon McAvoy back then, is he?
I don't know, but Finmore, he's got the best player, Finmore.
Best player.
Best player.
Was Lewis playing his game, was he? Did he go to Lewis game there, or Harrison game?
No, not mentioned in the best players.
That must be McAvoy again, because the other fellow 2 weeks ago, Brendan McCasey, he was spot on, but...
No.
Well, he just must sit down.
He's got the Gardner brothers.
Look, Toddy, he's got as hard as big as I'll say something about him later, but Matty Gardner, he played it right.
Yeah.
I mean...
You say best players.
No, it wasn't the best player.
Okay, so what do you think of the Sporting business? No good?
Pardon?
No good. They're wrong.
That is.
I mean, they got Brendan Lade good. That was obvious.
Well, Brian Freddie knows that.
Yeah, Brian Freddie could have got that one, exactly.
That's
unreal, isn't it? Oh, well, let's hear from your votes. 1 vote.
1 vote to Stephen Harrison, played an unbelievable game again as usual. 2 votes to Scotty McLeod, pretty good all day. And of course 3 votes for a very good captain's game by A. Lewis, because he just kept trying and trying. He busted his guts out there on Saturday. But
Okay.
I cannot believe that.
Just give us a few highlights then.
Yeah, there's a few highlights. I'm talking about Nathan Jones. He's going to be a footballer, kid. He's captain under 18s.
Mm.
And it's his first. I don't think he's ever played in the seconds either. So he's gone from under 18s, because they had. I'll tell you something about Karinga. Didn't have an under 18 side.
Oh.
But he's going to be a player, this kid. I've seen him playing under 18s. He's pretty tall for his size too. Toddy Gard, he's got as hard as big as himself. That kid, I'll tell you, he kicked a lovely goal in the last quarter. He should have only got 2 goals. He took a lovely mark. But
Well, that's why I made the Sporting Pulse best players.
Because he kicked a goal.
Mm.
1 goal. Now, look, he's going to be a player, Toddy Gard. No worry about that. But Shadlock, tell you about Shadlock. He made a few dashing moves from the back line there on Saturday. He's got a lot of pace. He's going to be a good footballer, that kid. Of course, and Luke Stokel's goal, I think it was in the 3rd quarter or 2nd quarter, down the other end, right on the boundary. Wrong side of his foot, wrong foot. It was his left side of his body, right through the middle. From the boundary.
A classic goal.
Classic goal.
Any more highlights?
Oh, anyway, the seconds had a good win. Yeah, they're going right. They won by 3 or 4 goals. Johnson's doing a good job coaching the seconds, but I must tell you about the under 18s. Karinga haven't got an under 18 side goal.
That's shocking, isn't it?
I mean, for a side that's got all the talent, that's where the depth comes from the years. I heard a couple of fellas saying, Karinga's won today, but they got no under 18 side. So next year, I mean, that's where your
people come from. Yeah.
The mainstay of your football club.
Okay, well, let's move on. Any injuries to Chelsea?
No, thank God, because
And what about the ones that are existing injuries like
Carmody's got
Carmody.
he's got his thing off his wrist. I think I seen him on Saturday. Carmody, I think Jason Hodge might be another 2 weeks, but we can get by because we got Bond Beach. We got Bond Beach next week, and then we got Lane Warren. So if Carmody, they might be able to hold him off till
a couple of easier games.
Yeah,
or a couple out of the 5.
And who else they got out? Who else is out there? We've got about 4 or 5 that's got to come back in. I mean, apart from Jason Hodge, Carmody. Biaggi, he could be back next week too.
And hopefully Damon. We'll see how we go with that. Just a live ladder. Chelsea's dropped down to 3rd by percentage only, 1 percentage point. So that they're a game clear of 4th though, and they really want to finish in the top 3 to get that.
Chelsea finished in the top 3.
All right. Well,
the side who's 4th at the moment is EDS, I think, and they won on Saturday. They're a game and a percentage behind us, so we got YCW in 3 weeks' time. And as I see they just got home on Saturday by 100 points against Seaford.
Exactly.
100 points. So they must have Ashley Hings back and Stephen Roberts back again. So it's going to be interesting.
Tell us about next week. Who are we playing?
Well, we're playing Bond Beach down at Bond Beach, with probably the worst ground I've ever seen. Football ground. They're out of shape.
It's funny.
But they got
size. It's humongous. It's
stupid.
Getting lost there.
So we got to hopefully Carmi might get back next week, and I think Hodgie and Biaggi, because I think Chappell said last Monday, he said here he could be back in a couple of weeks, but we can get by the next couple of weeks. We've got a couple of ordinary games.
Okay.
Get them sort of primed up for the finals.
Yep.
Which is they got 5 games to go.
5 or 6 games, yeah. 5 games, there you go.
We got Lang Warren, we got Bond Beach away, Lang Warren at home, YCW away, Mornington at home, and Pines away.
Okay,
so we'll finish in the top 3.
Okay, so here we go. All right, well that's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from me, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.